Hello guys, today we're going to be going over our February monthly budget closeout. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to get, okay, here's our monthly budget. Let's get a marker and a highlighter. We can do this light green. All right, and we'll go ahead and get started. I'll zoom in just a little bit. All right. So first we're going to start with our income. So the first paycheck, our income was $3,033. Pay period number 2, we received $3,908. Okay, so this month, our inflow was $6,941. So $6,941. Okay, so that was $941 more than we expected. And we'll go ahead and get started with our bills. So our rent was $1,054. $1,054. Okay, car insurance was $220, so that one is the same. Helium was the same, 22 and 60, 6, 7, 8, so 82. Yep. Our light bill, we planned for $150. Our light bill ended up being $157. So 157. Our Wi-Fi is in the second pay period, and that was $132. Okay, so we can put, and then investments, I believe, went down. So invest was $100. So 100. And then I saw date night was 70. So we can put a check by that. Our date night was $70 instead of $100. Next is our subscriptions. So for our first pay period, our subscriptions were $24. And then for our second pay period, our subscriptions was $111. All right, and so let's get back here. Our subscriptions for this month were $135 instead of $154. Okay, next is my ticket was $85. That was the same. And then we added some giving. And so I need to write that in. Giving was $50. And so we'll check that off. And then let's make sure that's everything in the bills category. Oh, nope, I need to add these two. Spit was $40 and 40. And then the Ring camera was $75. So Ring, $75. All right, and now we can add up all of our bills and see what our total was. Let me just look one more time and make sure everything has a check mark. Okay, and it all does. So rent changed at $1,054, And then our car insurance was $220. Helium was $82. Lights was $157. Wi-Fi was $132. Invest was $100. Subscriptions was $135. Date night was $70. The ticket was $85. Given was $50. Spent was $40. And ring was $75. So our bills this month was $2,200. So $2,200. And I'm going to subtract what we originally planned, which was $2,122. So our bills category went up by $78. So plus 78. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight the changes in the bill section. So the ring, of course, spent, of course, because all of these were new. Given, of course. Date night went down. Subscriptions went down. Investments went down. Lights went up. And rent went up. Okay, and everything else stayed the same. So now we can go ahead and do the spending category. So we planned for $633. Our first pay period, it was $400. Our second pay period, it was $343. Okay, so $743. $743. All right, minus $633. So this went up by $110. Okay. And I will go ahead and highlight that as well. Okay. And then we're going to go to, let's do the binders since it's up at the top. Okay, so for our binders category, I'll write them all in first. So living, we planned for $850. The first pay period, living received $500. The second pay period, living received $400. So that's $900. Okay, so this was $900. Our safety binder, we planned to put $809 in there. For our first pay period, we put $421. Our second pay period, we put $588. So safety received $1,009. So $1,009. Okay. And then the rest of the binders I'm going to have to add. So let's go to pay period 2. So future, we put $150. Future, $150. And then for mystery, we did $44. Mystery, $44. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and add up our binders and see, which obviously will be more than we planned. So 900 plus $1,009 plus 150 plus 44. Okay, so we put $2,103 into our binders this month. So I guess I'll write it here. $2,103. And let's see how much more that was. Minus $16.59. Okay, $444 more than we planned. 444. Okay, and let's do our bubbles here. And then we're gonna do our highlighting. And I'm gonna, yep. All right, and so mystery needs to be highlighted. Future, oh, every single one of them, they all change. Safety went up and living went up $50. Okay, now for the debt area. All right, we're gonna start from the bottom and go up. So for our credit card, I think it's only on, yep, so it's only on one page, and that was $100. So we did $100 there. Our student loans did get its minimum payment of $288, so that is correct. And then our Wells Fargo loan, we plan to put $1,000, and we put 257 plus 1250. Okay, so we put $1,500 onto our Wells Fargo loan this month. So $1,507, $1,507. Let me move that. And so let's see how much we did for the debt area this month. So we have so 1,507 plus 288 plus 100. All right, we did $1,895. So 1,895, which let's subtract 1,586. So that was $309 more plus 309. Okay. And then let's go ahead and do our highlights, and we'll move on to the next section. All right, so we're going to highlight our Wells Fargo loan, and we're going to highlight our credit card. All right, and so those were the budget changes for the month. We're going to go ahead and move over to, let's see, where do I want to go? We can do the debt, I guess. I was going to do savings first, but we can do that first because I'm excited about this. All right, so our student loans, we did the minimum payment and they went down to $24,425.18. 24,425.18. Okay, and then our Wells Fargo loan, do you guys see that? It is under $10,000. All right, so we did two payments, one for each pay period, and then so the loan is at $9,550.64. Oh, that makes me so happy. All right, and so let's get here. Let's grab our red pen, and before I hit the enter, I'm going to do, this is our February closeout. Okay, and so last month we were at $35,604.37. Sorry, so $35,604.37. We are ending February with $33,975.82 left. So I'm going to go ahead and write that in. $33,975.82. Wow, from 5 to 3. Beautiful, and I love to see it. All right, and then last but not least, we're going to go ahead and write in our savings for the end of February. So I think that's the page before, which is why I was going to do it first. All right, so let me go ahead and write February closeout. So as we're ending February, we have $6,000 $975 in our savings right now. And, most of that is added in from our taxes. And then, of course, didn't take a dip, even though we did loan out money because we put it back. All right. And so that is all that I have for this closeout. I am so happy. Oh, wait, before we leave, let me go ahead and highlight for our quarter 1 goal right here. So our quarter 1 goals, let me go ahead and highlight our last quarter 1 goal because it is done. Our Wells Fargo loan is under 10,000 and we still have 1 month left in quarter 1. So I am so happy, so excited, all the things. All right, so let's go ahead and cross this off. So we have officially completed our quarter 1 goals. All 3 of our quarter 1 goals. Beautiful, Smiley. Good job. All right, now that is all that I have for you guys for this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And until next time.